In this town, not only am I hunting for drama, I am hunting for rich daddies.
They say life is what you make it. Well, I say make it full of bears, drinking bourbon, talking about Bravo. Hello!
I'm Hunter Harden.
And I'm Papa the Bear. And welcome to The Real Housebears.
I'm not going to tell you my feelings about the podcast because you'll just say it's irrelevant. You will never validate my feelings about the podcast, so I don't say anything about the podcast.
Well, I'm sure I have made you feel violated a time or two.
That was a violation, and I will take it.
Welcome back to Beverly Hills.
Hello.
It's been like a long time since we've done Beverly Hills because we had to do the New Jersey reunion in between that.
Yeah.
But you know, in our last episode, I was preparing for my work team to come to Salt Lake City, and I was really excited about it. So I just wanted to kind of follow up with that and say what an awesome time we had when everybody came. We went to Beauty Lab and Laser, and Heather Gay, like a great friend and someone who really appreciates her fans, took time out of her day to come to Beauty Lab just to meet my friends.
Babe, I'm going to get back to Beauty Lab.
I think that's really nice.
I thought it was so incredibly nice. It's like
she's busy.
Yeah, she didn't have anything else to be at Beauty Lab for at that moment. And she had a Zoom call coming up, and she had her pictures were due for her book that day and a billion other things going on. And it was so nice of her to just stop what she was doing and come up to Beauty Lab for a half hour to meet my Housewives chat group.
I love Heather Gay.
Yeah, that was really, really sweet. And then Prohibition. Prohibition was a really great time. We had a really awesome cocktails, really great food. We got the chicken drumsticks that were famous from the first season party.
Yes.
And a lot of other great things. So that was a really, really, really great experience. So shout out to Heather Gay for being a good friend and for being great to her fans. That was really awesome.
Hey, I am your friend.
And she gave them shirts, didn't she?
Oh, yeah, she gave them free shirts, free Beauty Lab shirts. Yeah, really great deal. So I was really excited about that. As excited I am that this is Pride Month. We just finished Pride Weekend in Salt Lake City.
He thinks I'm a gay man.
I am a gay man.
Gay man sucking a straight woman body.
So another reason why our episode is out a little bit later than normal.
Yes, it was a long weekend of Pride.
It was a really great weekend. It was our first official Salt Lake City Pride.
Yes.
Last year was kind of a pandemic Pride, so it wasn't really like the full deal.
Yeah.
So it was really exciting to get to celebrate and be with friends and meet new people and all kinds of fun stuff. Pride is exciting on my social media because I'm mostly friends with members of the LGBTQA community.
Yes, you see it everywhere right now.
I'm also proud. Well, actually, you know what I'm not proud of? Are the new taglines for Beverly Hills.
I was not a fan of any of them. Maybe one of them I liked, but the other ones I didn't care for.
I kind of feel the same way. Let's see if it's the same one.
Okay.
So first we have Garcelle.
I don't need the spotlight. I shine just fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, I like that one. That was fine.
I'm not like, woo, but it's very Garcelle. It works.
It's good, yeah.
It's like a reference last year when Dorit was like, I feel like you aren't showing up. And she's like, oh, I show up. And I'm, you know. Then we've got Rinna.
Hi, I'm Karma, and yes, I am a bitch.
While I think it's appropriate, I don't like it.
I'm not a fan of it.
I don't like it at all. It's not Beverly Hills classy.
Very lackluster.
Then we have Dorit.
You can take all my things and you won't have taken a thing that matters.
It's just a bit too literal for me.
Yeah, it's just too many things.
Yeah. you can take all my things, but you won't take a thing that matters.
Yes.
I didn't think about that, but it really is. It's just kind of a little bit too I want my taglines to be a little bit more clever, even though her story is a bit traumatic.
Yeah.
Diana.
The only thing better than having it all is having even more.
I'm pretty sure I've heard this exact same tagline before. Well, maybe not word for word, but I can...
Something very, very similar.
I feel 100% certain that someone has said something along the lines of, now that I have it all, I only want more. Something along... I have a feeling it might have been Ramona.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, very unoriginal, and I'm kind of surprised it passed. Then there's Crystal.
They say talk is cheap, but in Beverly Hills, it can cost you.
I'm kind of mad about this.
Why?
Because, well, I can't talk about it until we talk about Kyle Richards' tagline.
Okay.
But what is it costing Crystal?
Well, I mean, her just talking out loud in one of these things and sharing her feelings, it's costing her stress.
Oh, you know what? I skipped someone. I skipped Sutton.
Oh.
If you want a seat at my table, you best mind your manners.
No, Sutton's is the one that I like. I feel like it matches her perfectly.
Yeah, I still wasn't a huge fan of it.
Okay. And then Erica.
I have nothing to hide and nothing to lose, and that makes me dangerous.
And see, and I think I said this about her last season.
You did say something about that.
Yeah, very similar to what she's saying here. And I'm like, yeah, girl, you are dangerous. It's scary.
You know what? She's probably listening and took that tagline from you.
Hey.
Probably.
Hey, Erica.
I would say so.
You need to put a little hyphen on it and put Hunter Hardens at that.
And then we finish up with Kyle.
When you're the real deal, you don't have to pretend.
Like, I want to quit watching the season.
Because she didn't say in this town?
Yes, or she didn't reference Beverly Hills at all.
No.
There's always at least some sort of Beverly Hills reference, and I feel like they gave it to Crystal, and that's why Kyle's isn't. Like,
But
I'm
in
upset
Beverly
about
Hills, it can cost you.
Yes. I'm very, like, I haven't done my research, but I have a feeling like this is one of the very first times she hasn't referenced this town or Beverly Hills.
And I
It's
liked
been her
Crystal's.
theme.
Crystal's is mine.
Oh, Crystal's the one that you liked? Well, she stole Beverly Hills from Kyle, I feel.
Wow.
So that's why I don't like it. But I do love the red dresses theme.
Oh, me too. I like it.
Beautiful.
There's some good ones in it.
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful. I don't like Erica's corseted dress. It makes her look crazy, but no, I thought that was beautiful. All right, so into episode 2, we're at Dorit's 2 days after the break-in. We see Todd, the personal security guard, the sliding glass doors all boarded up. PK says that the district attorney is going to prosecute this case and they have full support of the LAPD.
Well, apparently if you're a rich white person, you get full support of the LAPD on a break-in.
100%, especially if you're managing Boy George, I guess. You know how LAPD feels about Boy George. I don't know what that means. So the kids are completely unaware of what's going on, but to me it makes sense because there are camera crews there. Yeah. There's a strange, adults in their house all the time.
They thought the window just broke somehow and they have no idea and it's just getting fixed.
And I'm sure they've hired security for things before.
Yeah.
So it's really not, to me, all that far-fetched. I mean, a lot of people are probably like, there's no way. That's why this is fake. There's no way the kids. But yeah, it makes sense to me.
It makes sense to me. Those kids are young enough to be able to think about just like, I just want to play.
Yeah, but there's always a team of people around.
Yeah.
Rinna and Kyle are at RHOBH. It's odd to see them still masked up.
So over these masks.
I know, and when they get to their table, they are all tired of being masked up.
Amen. Halloween Kills is the #1 film in the country.
Yeah, what? Kyle's going to be in the second one, too.
Yes, we were in Kentucky when we saw Halloween Kills. Yes,
I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. But, I love a good horror movie. At the Lady M Cake Boutique, meanwhile, Sutton and Crystal are having some peach cobbler crepe cake.
I want to try this. I've never heard of these crepe cakes.
The pancake cake.
It's a pancake.
You want some pancake cake?
You want that pancake cake?
You want some pancake cake?
I called it a pancake cake.
But I love when Sutton can't really say crepe, and she's like, "Well, I guess in America they say crepe."
Yes,
crepe,
whatever.
The conversation somehow turns to Erica and Sutton and Erica's lack of a relationship. Meanwhile, Kyle and Rinna are talking about Erica and Sutton as well. And Rinna's not thrilled about Sutton's Elton John gala comment on Watch What Happens Live.
About not saying thank you or whatever.
Now, Sutton does feel like she stuck her foot in her mouth a little bit.
Yeah.
And, I thought it was wild that Harry Hammond himself sent Sutton a text.
Those are bitch boy moves.
Those are bitch boy moves.
That's a bitch boy move right there.
Oh, I'm calling a Gorga or a Judas or somebody.
That's a bitch boy move right there. You can't get involved in the ladies' squabbles.
Oh, my goodness.
Teresa said it. Not me.
Oh my gosh.
So did Jennifer. Jennifer said it too.
But now Sutton's going to Harry's birthday party, and they haven't squashed it.
Did you see Lisa's wearing soda cap earrings?
No.
They're like the soda cap lid tops that
I know
pop
exactly
open.
what you're talking about.
She had them hanging from her ears, and I was like, "Why are you wearing something so cheap?"
Oh, I've watched them be hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, they're just regular ones, but they're just sold by Tiffany.
Right.
Bitch, please.
So Rinna is getting ready for the party. She's telling Harry about Diana Jenkins, who was at one time married to a British banker and had a baby at age 47.
47.
That sounds like a nightmare, but then again, when you have a team of 18 people, it seems that are around all the time.
Yeah, and obviously
it's not a lot of work.
Has 18 helpers.
Erica somehow still has a team.
I know, and I was like, she's still doing good, I guess, but she can't get rid of her old clothes right now. She can't sell them to get new ones, so she might have to wear something twice.
Oh, no.
This is bad news, you people. No.
Well, at least it is a smaller team, but she's still paying someone.
Those orphans have been wearing the same clothes for weeks, but,
no, they shouldn't.
She has to wear the same Louis Vuitton jumpsuit twice accidentally. Whoops.
Well, I think the big thing is she was like, I wish I could resell it. She's like, I can wear it twice. I've got some awesome clothes, but I'd really just sell it and make some money and get something new.
Mm-hmm.
I would hate to get my makeup done and then have to wear a mask to walk into that. She got her makeup done, didn't wear a mask until they got to the restaurant.
Yeah.
But maybe it doesn't mess it up so much, but with Lisa Rinna's big lips, there's no way that
she probably just doesn't move. She probably doesn't move.
Right. So Rinna and Harry are there. They're putting the place cards down. They put Sutton at the opposite end, which is smart. On the way to the party, Dorit, Kyle, PK, and Mo are riding together. Dorit mentions how strong it made her feel for all of her friends to come over the morning of the, trauma.
The break-in.
Except for Sutton.
Yeah.
And then
now
Kyle.
Sutton, Kyle's like, all right, here we go.
Kyle gets out the biggest spoon she can possibly find.
I don't want to stir things up.
Gets out her cauldron and says, well, Sutton was rude by posting partying posts.
Thirsty Thursdays.
On the
hashtag.
socials. And then was very insensitive when Kyle and Sutton had a conversation. And
It wasn't held at gunpoint, I'm sorry.
Kyle just is not going to let this go.
She's not. She's going to tell everybody about it.
And it's going to keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Garcelle shows up, I think, looking real sexy.
Yeah.
She's not as... I feel like sometimes she's a bit overdressed, like just too much going on in her outfit. But she looked kind of understated, but had big, gorgeous hair. I thought she looked beautiful. It's funny that they're having spaghetti bolognese at the party.
Bolognese.
And then Harry points it out to Garcelle.
I know, he's such a little brat. Bitch boy move, don't get involved.
No, I thought that was just him being funny.
Yeah,
I thought that was being funny. When Sutton shows up, everyone's on their best behavior. Sutton, though, she needs to talk to Rinna and Harry on one side, and then there's Erica on the other side.
And Garcelle's going to stir the pot too. She's like, "Hey, where are you going to go? What are you going to do? Who are you going to talk to?"
Sutton's like, "I don't know, but you're coming with me."
I know, right?
Whichever way it goes, you're coming with me. Everyone's talking about Diana showing up, and then she shows up. That happens all the time.
All the time.
I wonder why. She comes in with her very young fiance.
I thought, I was like, is that her husband? And then, when I saw her other son, I was like, oh, that must be her son that she brought. Mm-hmm. And then I realized, oh, he's just a 33-year-old. 33-year-old. I don't understand people with age gaps.
I know. It's
so
disgusting.
Weird. So weird.
I can't imagine why an older person would want to marry a younger person.
Vice versa. Gross.
Guess what? We all fall in love with older men.
Especially somebody who's poor.
I've married someone who's poor. Well, they all sit down for dinner. It's really nice of Harry Hamlin to have a party where he invites no one but his wife's friends.
Exactly. I know.
Happy birthday to me. It's all my wife's castmates.
That was very, very interesting.
I'm here for Harry Hamlin's meat.
PK is talking with Rinna about the robbery, and they got Dorit's purses and PK's watches, but luckily, PK doesn't have any expensive watches at all.
Oh no, the most expensive one was $60,000.
Pocket change.
But that's nothing.
As a matter of fact, I'll just throw one out the window.
Do you know how many schools that could help?
None.
That was stupid as a teacher.
A watch isn't going to help a school.
Selling that $60,000 watch will.
I know, I'm just being stupid.
I mean, how stupid is that?
Yeah, well, no, he can't sell it now because someone stole it. Or Diana Jenkins bought it. She owns everything. But you know what? She also owns her nouveau riche status, which I'm like, own it, girl.
What? Okay.
I know that you don't love Diana Jenkins.
I'm not a big fan of her. She just, married for money and then divorced and left with $250 million. Was like, oh, okay, my life's fine now. Just.
So you're jealous.
Well, of course I am. Stupid.
Well, the men dismiss themselves so the women can film a scene.
Mm-hmm.
And Asher is a singer.
I'm a singer and a songwriter. And I sing stuff and I do music.
Broadway is in my roots, and I'm straight. Actually, I do get a pretty bit straight vibe from him.
Yeah, I get a straight vibe from him. I think it's just pretty chill.
He's one of the 3 straight guys on Broadway. Dorit toasts that she's thankful to be there with them, and Sutton's like, well, speaking of being thankful to be here, I apologize for what I said on Watch What Happens Live. You know what? She doesn't make an excuse. Mm-mm. She just gives a full-on apology. And Rinna is like, well, thanks for the apology, but let's clear the air.
Yeah.
And then the story gets real muddy. And it stays muddy even after this episode airs. Yeah. Sutton's got receipts. Rinna's got receipts.
But somebody canceled a table, and it had to have been Sutton because that's what Lisa Rinna heard or has receipts for, but we didn't see this episode.
Yeah, but on social media, Rinna has posted 1,000 other things too. Like, it just keeps getting messier and messier. But the thing is, it's convoluted because the receipts that I've seen since aren't a cancellation of a table that I remember. Their purchase of a ticket. Like, it's all kind of crazy. But the thing is, there's no question that Rinna and Harry couldn't have been there. They've been going to that party for years and years and years. We do know that. They've been going to that party for years and years. So it's not like they weren't invited and Sutton got them in, which was kind of insinuated on Watch What Happens Live, even though not said. So that we know for a fact is probably not true. That, they can get into that party if they want.
Yeah. I do like that when she gets the receipts out and stuff, and Lisa's like, oh, you have receipts? And then Diana says, that's classless. So Lisa's like, oh, yeah, that's classless. That's embarrassing. How dare you do that to us? That's just trash. I'm like, girl, you just got called out for being a bitch.
Yeah.
So
the only thing that Lisa Rinna likes more than people with money is money itself.
Yeah.
She's obsessed with people with money. So she's going to say whatever they do.
That's money, honey, right there. That's money.
Erica is loving, though, that Sutton looks like she's being dishonest.
I know.
Erica loves
Erica's looking for any opportunity for her to look bad.
But it turns out that this is actually Diana's event. She's like a main sponsor for the whole
Even Diana's
thing.
like, yeah, it looks like she bought a table or bought tickets or whatever.
But you know what? Sutton, it feels like everyone is very confident in their story. And it seems like Sutton doesn't want to talk about it because they're at Harry's party. It's a nice event. And it seems like she doesn't want to make Lisa look stupid.
And plus, Lisa's the one that brought it up. She could have accepted the apology and let it go. Yeah. But at Harry Hamlin's party, she had to keep it going.
Yeah, no, she can't do that. She can't do that. I wouldn't be Lisa Rinna. Well, it seems like overall it was just a bit of miscommunication. Sutton has given a very authentic apology. It ends pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But then Erica jumps in. Where's my apology?
And then she just starts laughing out loud like a villain. And she's just like, they're just transfer back and forth to each other. F yous and shut up. And
Erica thinks that she can bully Sutton like she did last season. Yeah. But Sutton's not taking it this season.
Sutton doesn't care.
She's not shocked by it anymore.
No.
Like last season, it took her off guard. This season, she's ready for it.
Yeah.
But Erica's acting really aggressive, really nasty. So Garcelle and Sutton want to leave because they don't like the way that people are acting. And Rinna and Sutton agree that they just want to move forward. And Sutton says, you know I adore you. And Garcelle's like, what?
Girl, you know you don't adore her.
You don't even like her, bitch.
I know. I'm like, Garcelle, shut up. What are you trying to do? You're the devil and angel on everyone's shoulder.
But Garcelle has a no BS filter. Like, she cannot. Kind of like Bethany Frankel.
Yeah.
Bethany Frankel can't handle BS either. Garcelle is not. It's like, it just comes out of her mouth. She can't help herself. So we move on past that and we go to Diana's Beverly Hills home. She has a full staff at her house.
12 chefs, 12 maids.
A partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, exactly.
She lives between 5 or 6 homes.
12 houses.
She grew up poor in Sarajevo.
Grew up with $12 in her bank account. Lived in a house with 12 siblings.
Her 12 dads wanted her to get out. So she was a refugee to London, and that's where she met her banker husband.
Very, very rich.
Her cash check, her bank account.
Her cash cow.
Her cash cow.
That's what you're looking for.
Her sugar daddy.
Well, she met Asher shortly after her divorce at a Victoria's Secret party. How beautiful is that?
Mm-hmm.
And he is 15 years her junior.
Aren't you and I 15 years different?
I think we're 13.
Oh, yeah, so close. That's disgusting.
Crable robbing.
Crable robbing.
Crable robbing.
It's cradle robbing and grave robbing.
Gravel robbing. At Sutton's store, Kyle shows up. Sutton's getting ready for an event. Luckily, her designer friend is going to make it into the country after all.
Oh, thank God. That was such a stress.
I mean, not as stressful as having a gun to your head, but whatever. She's going to have a reverse American in Paris, a Parisian in America party.
Do it. Whatever you want.
She's a Francophile.
Whatever that means.
She's in love with James Franco. Duh.
Oh.
Kyle asks Sutton if she's okay. I'm so concerned about you, Sutton. Are you okay? Like, your reaction to Reed just didn't make sense.
Yeah, bitch, you sound crazy.
She's not crazy. But Kyle doesn't care. She's okay.
No, she just wants to stir it.
Why are you being so nasty? Kyle really is triggered because her house was broken into not long ago.
And who talks like that anyways?
But somebody who's weird and awkward like Sutton.
Yeah, Sutton is very awkward.
But she doesn't even remember being inconsiderate. I don't even think she remembers saying it.
That's such a cheap cop-out. So cheap. You know you said it. Go to bed, bitch.
Well, Sutton doesn't deal well with guns and burglary. Her house was burglared. Her dad was killed himself with a gun. But I do kind of feel like this is an excuse. I feel like I even saw something on social media where Sutton was posting about a gun, or was it a gun range or something gunnish that completely debunks this? I don't know. I mean, what Sutton went through, she went through. I mean, that I believe is factual. But is she as triggered, or is she using it as an excuse?
I don't know. She's just, it's an excuse 100% for her actions. Nobody talks like that because they're triggered by something. Well, I don't know if nobody does, but that's ridiculous. Be an adult.
Yeah, stop being a Francophile.
And you know what? Because of her, she could have just been like, let me reach out to Dorit. Call her instead of going over there to make her feel like she has to create a platter for her. No, call her and say, hey, are you okay? Do you need me to come over? If she says, no, don't go over there, so you don't feel like she's going to make a platter for you.
Send a text.
It's just really cheap. It's super cheap.
Well, I agree, but we're going to have to wait until the next episode to find out if Dorit buys it. So let's go take a refill, and then we will get into episode 3.
Yay, bye.
I haven't even scratched the surface.
We'd like to give a shout out to our sponsor, Anchor by Spotify.
If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, let me give you a rundown. Basically, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Here's how it works.
Anchor lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or your computer, so no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today.
Then you can distribute your podcast to the most popular listening platforms, including Spotify, with a single tap. Anchor is also the only place you could publish video podcasts to Spotify directly.
With Anchor, creators can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions.
And best of all, Anchor is totally free.
Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Today. And we're back.
There's Something About Crystal. I thought that was a clever, and it was kind of a stretch, but it ended up
worked
working
really
out.
well.
It ended up working out, especially when you say it. There's something about Crystal.
There's something about Crystal.
So it works. I think it's fed. Crystal's having all the ladies at her house. We find out that Kathy Hilton was on The Real with Garcelle. Apparently, Kathy outed herself for not inviting Garcelle to part of Paris's wedding.
I know. It's like, Kathy, you're so odd. You're so fun.
I'm fearful that we're not going to be big fans of Kathy Hilton after this season. I'm terrified.
I'm afraid that she's a little bit too off a rocker.
All the stuff coming up on social media makes
good.
me nervous because we all loved her so much last season. Anyway, Sutton is opening a cashmere line, so she's not able to be at this thing at Crystal's.
No.
Kyle's opening a new store in La Quinta. You can tell that we're all in a pandemic still because not only are we wearing masks, but we're vacationing at Kyle's home again.
Yeah.
Instead of going away somewhere
far away.
Yeah. I mean, I think they do go somewhere else, like in Colorado or something later in the season, but they're splitting it at Kyle's house. Dorit excuses herself for just a minute, and Kyle plays a voicemail that Dorit left for her, and it's heartbreaking.
It's very sad.
I'm glad that she didn't play it for all the women there, but I don't know that
too.
I like that she played it in the confessional.
For the producers, I was like, that's not good to hear. I don't want somebody to play my private voice message and having a panic attack.
Yeah, she's having a full-on panic attack. It's devastating. So when Dorit gets back, Garcelle asks her how she's doing, and even Xanax is not helping her with her anxiety right now.
At least she's being honest about what's going on with her.
Yeah, you have to. Kyle says that she doesn't want to increase the anxiety, but she wants to let everyone know about the conversation with Sutton.
Yeah.
Kyle, that's a great way
timing
to decrease the anxiety.
Are you out of your mind?
Well, she doesn't want to stir up any problems or anything.
No, of course she doesn't. Kyle doesn't do that.
No.
Garcelle doesn't want to have the conversation about Sutton without Sutton being there to defend herself.
Which is true.
Yeah, and that's a good friend. That's being a good friend. But, Kyle, of course, does talk about it for a moment, and Garcelle shuts it down.
It's a huge deal.
So Kyle is packing up the car. The dogs are ready to go.
Oh, yeah. They're like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Here's the first moment that we see of Kyle not having any control over her dogs whatsoever.
Especially Bambi.
Oh.
Bambi's so bad this episode.
All of the former Kyle by Aileen stores have closed, so they're opening up a new store in La Quinta where it's going to be more affordable. We see Garcelle and her assistant Taz, and we find out that this time Garcelle's actually staying at Kyle's house, whereas last year she stayed in the hotel.
Yes, moving on,
Getting a little bit more comfortable with being on the show, I guess. Garcelle gets a delivery of some new art.
It's a huge amethyst crystal.
It is. I don't think I like it.
Shaped like wings.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
It absorbs stuff.
Well, it can...
And it gives off things.
It's giving off me ugly. Well, art is subjective. So.
Do you know how expensive that thing is?
I can only imagine.
I don't know how artsy it is. It's just a rock cut in half that was in the shape of that, and they made it look like wings. They just put it on a piece of metal.
Right. That's art. Well, again, art is subjective. Erica is with Mikey. This is where he's encouraging her to recycle some of her outfits, and we find out that she can't resell any of them. That's what she normally does. Kyle is at her home. Dorit's coming late. She's having a really rough time. Kyle really is the most sympathetic, Mm-hmm. Not only, Dorit and Kyle and PK and Mo hang out a lot.
Well, also, Kyle's gone through a break-in. She wasn't there, but she's gone through a break-in.
It's major. That's major.
It's scary. It's unsettling to know some stranger was in your house.
That is terrifying. Rinna arrives at Erica's. Erica is in a much better place this year than she was last year when they went to La Quinta, to say the least.
We'll see.
But it's weird that no one is mic'd in Erica's house.
I know. I'm thinking that it was kind of like last minute, or the speakers just weren't working.
It was strange that they weren't on mic.
The mic packs.
Or maybe, and that they wouldn't be mic'd on the bus. I don't know. Anyway, in one car, they're eating fast food. And then in the other car, they're eating like carrot sticks and sourdough bread. Crystal asked Diana if she'd ever been to like these local outlet stores.
She's like, what's an outlet store? She's like, what is 30% off?
Right. I'm with Crystal.
What's a store?
I'm with Crystal. I don't pay full price for anything.
Hell no.
When I go to the store, I always look for my good friend Clarence.
Clarence,
where are you? And we go find Clarence, and we see what Clarence has for a good deal. And then I might look at the rest of the store, but I ain't paying full price for nothing.
No.
You know better than that.
Everyone arrives at Kyle's except for Crystal, Sutton, and Diana, who are staying at the hotel.
They are banished to the hotel.
I wonder how they decide who's staying at Kyle's, who's staying. I wonder what Garcelle mentioned that Kyle was like handpicking who was coming, but I wonder if it really is that simple. I wonder
I would handpick it.
If some women are like, I want to stay at a hotel, because last year Crystal had a hard time staying at Kyle's with the whole Sutton situation.
Yeah, and you know what? Diana might have wanted to stay at a place because she brings her whole team with her, apparently.
Yeah, and she's new. So, and then Sutton, who also had a hard time at Kyle's last season, and probably doesn't want to stay where Erica is.
Right.
That's probably the biggest thing for Sutton. She probably doesn't want to stay where Erica is.
Yeah.
And I don't blame her.
I don't blame her.
Sutton goes over to Crystal's room, and Crystal tells Sutton about the conversation with Kyle and about how unsensitive Sutton was. And Sutton just really continues to talk about how triggering this Dorit situation is and how uncomfortable it makes her to talk about it due to her past.
Yeah. Sutton keeps complimenting herself before she gives an apology. She's like, I've been traumatized, but I'm the most sincere person out there. Everything I do is sincere and stuff like that. Before she says, but I didn't mean it that way. It's like, but still, you're getting this, like Erica says later on, this was with Crystal, now Erica, and now with Dorit.
Sutton has a hard time with her words.
Yeah, she's got diarrhea of the mouth.
Diana had a hard time with her words, explaining how Sutton has a hard time with her words.
I know, right?
We'll get into that in a little bit. Kyle arrives at her store, and Teddy Mellencamp's there before Kyle is.
Yeah, she's getting stuff ready, I think. Looks like.
There seems to be a lot of last-minute things that need to be done.
Trying to scramble to get it all together.
Like, everyone's in a panic. I'm the kind of person who has to have everything done hours ahead of time. I can't.
Well, that's not how everything goes.
This is Diana's first store opening because she really hasn't even been to a store.
Girl.
Now, I don't know where I saw it. Maybe it's coming up in the next episode, but she is allergic to dust.
Yeah.
And that's why she doesn't go to stores.
Well, I don't think fancy stores that she's going to shop at is going to have dust.
Especially not a brand new. Well, there's new construction, so maybe. Well, she goes anyway. Lisa Rinna is very complimentary. That's like what a good friend should be. Like, oh my God, I love your store. And she points out.
I love this ceiling.
Yeah,
I love these lights. This floor is amazing.
Yes, like individual things that she can really compliment other than like, wow,
great
this
store.
Is a new store.
Oh my God.
So Kyle tries to cut the ribbon, but really can't. And then then Sutton and Dorit get into a conversation.
Yeah. And Sutton just being fake. I just feel like Sutton's so fake.
Really?
Yeah, and also, Sutton, this is where Sutton starts off by complimenting herself, how sincere she is, and that she is genuinely attempting an apology, which I feel is bullshit, but she does give an apology. I just feel it's so stupid.
I felt like this is another genuine apology.
I guess it is, but I just don't like the entrance to her apology.
You don't like that she sets up her apology.
Yes, I'm not a fan.
It makes it feel disingenuine to you.
Very disingenuine.
I love to apologize.
Dorit's hair does not look great here. But the outfit looks great. The outfit that she's wearing that I think she got from Kyle's store looks great.
She's trying to get herself back together
Listen, Dorit not being interested in how she looks is maybe the saddest thing in the world.
I know, it's sad because she loves getting ready for stuff, and we can identify with that.
That is, I mean, a dark cloud with that. It's terrifying to me. Not terrifying, but it's sad.
I'm shaken.
Everyone's getting back to Kyle's The Key to Home, and Kyle puts in drink orders right away.
Yes.
Diana is apparently a Virgo who thinks she's a Leo.
Is it? Did you look it up to see if she...
Well, they said it right there on the screen that Virgo was August 23rd was the start date. And that's Diana's birthday. So Diana apparently is a Virgo. But it's very Virgo of her to choose her own sign.
I know. I love that how she says that.
Kyle is so jealous of Diana's baby.
And so is Bambi. Bambi's like, quit looking at this baby clapping. I have this ball in my mouth.
Kyle wants 18 babies around her all the time. She
sure
is
does.
baby crazy.
Get pregnant.
And then they just start talking about baby showers because it's baby stuff.
And Lisa Rinna's like, invite me to a shower. I'll give y'all a good time.
She's dancing on a table.
Yes, her and Andy Cohen's baby shower is iconic.
Oh my God.
Just screaming and cussing at everyone, making them dance. That's the way you do it. The ladies get their plates of food, and then Bambi steals a steak right off of her
A huge chunk.
Bambi's gonna steal your food, guys.
Oh my gosh. Put the dogs away, people.
Everyone knows that I love dogs more than humans. But I also strongly dislike an ill-behaved dog because it's not the dog's fault. I'm putting the blame on the dog when it's actually bad parenting, you know?
I will not apologize for that.
Well, and stuff that dog is eating can get him sick.
And it's happening nonstop. That's the thing. It will get them sick. And it's just rude to your guests.
Yes, where you have to, like, watch your plate constantly.
Who's Meredith's dog,
It's
Teddy?
like Meredith, when they have to walk in through her front door, they can only slide in because the dog is so untrained that it'll just run outside.
Dogs are good. Dog owners are sometimes bad. As soon as everyone sits down, Garcelle wants to clear the air about
Here we
Sutton
go,
now
Garcelle.
that Sutton is here.
Start it up.
But you know what? Sutton already apologized to Dorit earlier. We've talked about it. I mean, what else is there left to say? Have we not? I mean, Kyle has said it to Sutton.
It hasn't been said around the group.
Everyone's talked about it, but not all at once. Is
Yes,
that what it is?
yes.
Oh, it's annoying. Sutton has a new layer. Well, you know, boundaries are a very powerful thing.
See, she's got an excuse for everything for the way she acts.
I agree that maybe she considered that Dorit didn't want company, but she could have contacted Dorit.
A text is nothing.
Yeah. Diana interjects and says that Sutton is clumsy with her words.
And her behavior.
She comes off really weird and wrong.
It reminds me of Crystal talking about her in
last
another
season.
season.
Yes.
You're an inappropriate, awkward person. Period.
It's true. I mean, Sutton does. She gets really awkward when she's uncomfortable. How can such an affluent woman lose her words so easily when she gets flustered?
Yeah.
But you know, Erica's quick to jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. She says things that are hurtful.
She's a bitch.
But Sutton has had to apologize, but a lot this season. But I really do feel like her apologies have been genuine. She hasn't, even though she has, prefaced them, she hasn't made excuses other than, I just want you to know that my heart was in the right place.
Yeah, I know. But like Erica points out, that at first it was Crystal, then it was Erica, now it's Dorit that Sutton's having issues with.
Yeah.
Verbally. Her word choices.
There is some validity to that.
It's a real poor choice of words.
Crystal starts to get visibly upset. She doesn't like for people to tell other people how they feel. For example, Crystal, your feelings of violation are not valid. Sutton, you were not feeling empathetic towards Dorit, even though you say you were. Crystal's feeling triggered because of the violation things. And everyone else is like, Crystal, your situation and Dorit's situation are two separate things. Which is true.
Yeah.
But
the meaning behind the words is still true.
Yeah, and Crystal's overall thing is no matter what the situation is, here is another time when someone says they're feeling one way and everyone else is saying, no, you don't feel that way.
You can't feel that way.
You're not allowed to feel that way. And
nobody could understand that. Dorit and Kyle are so confused by it because they're like, but we want to understand. But no matter how much she tries to tell them how she feels, they still are like, well, I don't understand, so that's not how you can feel. And it's like, that's the point.
I know. I really kind of thought that all of that was over, though.
Yeah,
I
me
didn't
too.
realize.
But no, it's coming
But no
back
one
up.
ever really did validate the word violation.
No.
And I don't think anyone's going to.
I agree it was a strong word, but I still feel that she felt that strongly about it. So
Yeah.
let her feel that way.
Crystal can be a bit of an extremist.
She says some very extreme
With
words.
violated last
Dark.
season, and next episode she says dark.
Very dark.
She uses some pretty extreme words to explain how she's feeling and what's going on, and that's hard to translate when you're not an extremist yourself, you know?
Yeah.
So Crystal really just kind of breaks down. She doesn't feel like this is a safe space. She's ready to go.
This is not a safe space for me.
Her feelings are irrelevant to everything.
And now Dorit has to console Crystal, which I didn't like.
No.
I didn't like. And Crystal tries. She's
But Crystal was still like, I don't want this to become a thing, especially with what you're going through, Dorit. But
So let me just leave.
Let me just leave.
Which I support that.
Yeah,
just let me
support it
remove
too.
from this. I don't want to cause a scene, even though
Yeah.
I've already caused a scene.
Mm-hmm.
But I really love that it all ends up after she leaves, that the remaining ladies, Erica in particular, are like, you know what?
What's the takeaway tonight?
Let's just get with her, let her talk without feeling like we're going to confront her.
Yeah.
Let's let her
And
talk.
accept it.
Yes.
And I was like,
no
who's saying
judgment.
this?
Really hear her.
Erica, you're drunk. Go home.
Maybe Erica's only a voice of reason when she is drunk. I don't know. Because we haven't seen Erica be a voice of reason in a minute.
And in the background, Bambi is eating the gourmet food off the counter and is
Yes.
going to get sick.
Yes,
That
absolutely.
big chunk, what did they say it
I
was?
think it was tuna tartare.
Tuna tartare, yeah, that's going to make the dog sick. That was a big chunk.
All the on top of the steak that she
And that
ate.
dog is old. That's going to be poop everywhere.
Yeah. Well, you know, rich people don't have to clean it up.
That's true. I feel bad.
Me too. Well, 2 jam-packed episodes. We got 2 more episodes to catch up on.
No.
I know it's intense. It's a lot of work, but we gotta do it. We gotta do it. We got a lot going on and coming up. We're going to be in Oklahoma City this coming weekend.
No, we're going to be in Tennessee this
Oh,
coming
you're
weekend.
right. We're going to be in
And
Nashville.
then we're going to be in Oklahoma the next weekend. And then in September, we're going to be in Orlando.
Oklahoma's not till July.
Until July.
So we've got
For Oklahoma.
Nashville this coming weekend.
Yes.
We've got Oklahoma City in July for Paradise.
Yes.
And then we have World Bear Weekend
In Orlando.
in September.
Y'all.
And I'm sure you have 1,000 other dates in between.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Seattle and San Padre, not Mexico, San Padre, Texas.
But the only cities that really matter are the ones that I'm going to be there also.
I know. It's true. So true.
And it only matters if you all come to see us in between listening to our episodes. If you want to know where we're going to be, follow us on our socials. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. We're The Real Housebears. On Twitter, we are Real Housebears. And you can email us at therealhousebears@gmail.com.
You can also find us on YouTube at The Real House Bears Podcast, and you can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you're listening to podcasts on Apple Music, please give us a 5-star rating and a cute little review, and we will bring you on air through that comment. Yes.
Hashtag Housebears famous. Have a good week.
Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
All right, that's on.
Is it sound checking us?
It is checking us.
I'm so proud of our sound checking machine.
I'm so proud of Pride.
Yay, Pride!
Pride Month.
What?